Good evening. Welcome to Fresh Nitro Live. It's another Monday evening, and as usual, we have another great show for you tonight. Tonight, we're going to address the issue of your laundry detergent, and we're going to talk about laundry detergent in particular. And I have special guests on tonight, both Rob and Jessica Tannen, who are actual owners of a laundry detergent company. Actually, they are owners of a laundry company, and they created their own laundry detergent and related products. And we're going to get into the insight of the laundry business. Now, as you know, we deal a lot with health and promoting health. And many of you have been watching the show for some period of time. We had a special segment on how to detox your environment. We put a lot of emphasis on nutrition, exercise, fitness, and the like. However, there are many things that affect our health other than the things we put in our mouths. There are things that are in our environment, what our cleaning agents are, the cleaning agents that go on our clothes and the like. And we actually did a special show on detoxing your environment, which covered the whole gamut of cleaning agents in general. We covered the issue of laundry detergent and the like. So I wanted to delve into some of the specifics of laundry as it pertains to how it affects our health. And I met this couple a few weeks ago, and I was really impressed. As many of you know, I've shared with you on the show, I do a lot of my shopping in local farmers markets. And so there are a lot of businesses that are producing a lot of products that are of high quality. And of course, my focus is on health, natural health, for personal reasons, but also to share this with my patients. And so laundry detergent is an area of importance. For instance, recently, for the last, 5 years, I've not been using those dryer sheets because I've found some data suggesting that they may be carcinogenic as well as having other problems. I've changed my laundry detergent to detergents that are more natural. Again, the things we put on our clothes can affect our health. So we're going to get into some of the details of this, and we're going to hear from some local experts. This is a couple that's been in the laundry business for a good period of time, and they actually then converted or transitioned their business to expand their business to include laundry products. And this is going to be very important because they focus on natural ingredients in their products, and it's something that's really right up my alley and right up the alley of my experts. So stay tuned. We have a great show for you tonight, as usual. I'll see you on the other side of the intro. Okay, welcome back. And as I said, we have a great show for you tonight. We're going to talk about the issue of your laundry detergent, and this is a very important issue to cover. Just before we get started, I want those of you who have not had a chance to do so, give us a thumbs up to help the Google algorithm spread this information. And of course, subscribe if you haven't had the chance to do so. We have lots of great information, not only in the future, but also in the past. You can look on our channel and please share this information because I think a lot of people who will benefit from it. I would like to bring on a friend and colleague of mine, Dr. Celeste Palmer. Dr. Palmer, how are you doing this evening?
I'm well.
Welcome. I know you had a busy Monday, as I've had a busy Monday. And so, but we're going to be talking about Signature. Regina Coleman already says Signature Suds products are amazing. So she's already stolen our thunder. Thank you very much, Regina. Barbara says hello to everyone. So as I said in the opening comments, the things that we put in us, i.e. the food and beverages that we consume, have a big impact on our health. But also, in addition to that, the things we put on us or around us, our immediate environment has a big impact on us. The soaps we use, the detergents we use, the cleaners we use. And so it's always important for us to keep these things in mind in terms of being mindful of these things we put in our bodies. We buy a detergent off the shelf, we put it in the laundry dispenser, and we turn the machine on, and we put our clothes in there, and we put these clothes around us. What sort of chemicals are we exposing ourselves to? So I want to sort of put that out there for the audience, and we're going to delve into this in great detail. But without further ado, I'm going to introduce this amazing couple whom I've met, but I'm going to do so first by video because they were featured on a national news story. So I'm going to give you like a little 30-second clip, and I'm going to bring them on live. Let's take a look.
Signature Suds is another vendor. Owners Rob and Jessica Tannen started making their own soaps and solvents to use at their laundry business after supplies dried out at the beginning of the pandemic.
My amazing husband found some recipes. He found ways to put the ingredients together, and we basically rolled out our product to our laundry clients first.
They're now selling those products here, hoping business will bubble up.
To be able to start at these markets and build the customer base, build the product recognition, that's super important. And to do it with a community like what Robert is building is just super, it's just a win-win.
Could you...
Okay, so anyway, without further ado, welcome to the show, Rob and Jessica. How are you doing today?
We're good. We're good. Thanks for having us.
We've had a number of conversations over the last couple of weeks, I think, since we first met. And I think the more we talk, the more in depth it gets. Yeah. And I'm probably going to have to do another show with you. But I really want to get into the laundry aspect of it. We talked about small business, and you guys started working with Whole Foods. Why don't we start our audience off with a little bit of history? You told me about where you came from. You both worked at Whole Foods, and then you decided to start your laundry business. Give us a little bit of that history so that we could put us all in some context of where you started, and then tell us about the laundry business first, and we may have a few questions about that, and then we're going to get into those amazing products of yours. But why don't y'all get started? I'm going to turn the microphone over to you.
Okay, thanks. So yeah, we actually met when we were working for Whole Foods Market.
And I didn't like her.
He loves to tell that part. We told you the story about the 2 cent.
2 cents.
2 cents is what got us together. So basically, I
was put in our 2 cents. That's
literally. I was working in accounting. He was the meat manager. He was new to my store. I called it my store. And his inventory numbers were off by 2 cents. And that just wasn't good enough. Close, but not close enough. So I had to, call him into the office. He said I did it with an attitude. I was like, hey, just make sure it's right. And from then we just, the rest is history. But that's how we met. But during our time at Whole Foods, we learned a lot about natural products, organic products, and just really the benefits of, like you said, being mindful of what you put in your body as well as on your body. So he was there, 17 years. 17 years. I was there for about 13 or 14 years. We worked there, West Coast, California, Nevada, and then came on back home to my hometown of Houston. And once we got back here, our lives kind of shifted. We have 3 kids now, 11, 9, and 8. Lord, I can't even remember their ages.
I understand. I got to go in step order and count them backwards. Actually, my youngest is this age, so I go 2 act 2, and this. No, I got you. I got you. Remember one age and do the subtraction or the addition.
Exactly. I gotta go in order. I'll get messed up.
What possessed you to get in the laundry business? I know you're getting into that, but
yes.
You're making good money at Whole Foods. You were doing well. You were happy. They were treating you well.
Yeah.
They were paying you well. The seats were soft and all that stuff.
All the things that keep you nice and cozy and just keep you in that little cocoon.
Yeah.
I know. So what happened was when we got back here, like I said, our life changed. We had our oldest daughter was starting public school, And we talked about the fact that we now homeschool our kids, you know, and at the time, her starting school kind of opened our eyes to the fact that we wanted to be more hands-on in their education. And we started thinking, how could we make that possible? And working the demanding jobs that we worked, we weren't gonna be able to do it. And at the same time, the culture of the company began to shift a little bit. And we were just kind of, you know, like, okay, maybe it's time for a change. And, you know, discomfort is usually the best motivator to get you to, you know, act and change your situation. So I think it was just a blessing that things kind of took a shift and we were just ready to do something new. And we had spoken about starting our own business for a while, and we were trying to actually open a laundromat. So we were like, you know, that would be a nice cash business. It's something that we could manage and we could make that work. The overhead to start that business was not anything that we could afford at the time.
Wow.
So I actually, when I left Whole Foods, I started working for Instacart. So Instacart was relatively new at that time. You know, we didn't have Uber Eats. We didn't have all these other delivery apps. So working for Instacart gave me the idea to say, okay, well, what if we combine this with the idea of our laundromat and see if there's something there that we can create. So we started the pickup and delivery laundry service. Wow. And that's how that was born. Yes. So, yeah.
And again, I mean, I'm really amazed by all these things you're doing and so on. And we're gonna get into those amazing products. You already have some fans online. but what was that step? I mean, okay, you're with Instacart, you want to do the laundromat, the overhead's too high, but let's do the pickup and delivery. How did you get your first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 clients?
Well, that was funny.
Yeah. So I reached out to some friends because I had this. I mean, at the time, it seemed like a crazy idea. I was like, hey, let me do your laundry. And they were like, wait, what? So I was like, I just need some guinea pigs to kind of figure out how we want to price this thing, all the logistics of how it's going to work. So I reached out to my cousin. I reached out to some friends and I just asked them, I was like, hey, you know, give me some feedback on the service. And one of my friends literally posted a video on Facebook and she was like, hey, I'm just trying out this new service. This is how it came back. It's super convenient for busy moms and busy families. You guys should totally check it out. I think within that night, like I think she posted at like 6 o'clock. Yeah. By like 10 o'clock, I had like 30 text messages and phone calls and emails.
No business card.
I didn't have a business card. I didn't even really have a name. It was just like, we're just trying to figure this out. And I was like, okay, well, I guess we're in business.
So, wow, that is amazing. Because you know, you tell that story and it's like, okay, what are those first few steps? You know, every 1,000-mile journey has some first few steps. And so that is an amazing story. That's wow. So you tried it out. And I guess you didn't charge very much for the first service.
No, for our, you know, the people that helped us get off the ground, we really did it for free. We were just trying to get feedback, you know, and figure out, like I said, the pricing structure, how we were going to, you know, the detergents we wanted to offer, all the logistics of that.
Because we were still using Tide and Gain at that point, too.
Yeah, we were still using store brand detergents and cleaners and stuff. So once we started, like I said, we got our pricing structure, we did all that. And it was really just referrals. It was word of mouth. It was people sharing their experience with other families, neighbors, you know, colleagues, and it just grew.
And then once we got it off the ground, it was a 5-year plan for me to join her, which turned into 1 year.
Yeah,
because she couldn't do it all by herself.
Yeah, we originally said, you know, hey, I'm gonna run this for about 5 years, get it off the ground. And then, you know, you can leave, you know, he was still at Whole Foods at the time. So it was like, you can leave and then we'll go from there. But within a year, it was so overwhelming. I couldn't do it. So he had to come on and help me out.
I have a follow-up question. I know Dr. Palmer has some questions also, but again, about the laundry service. I know we're going to get into these amazing products really soon. But tell us how the service. So let's say, and of course, I'm outside your zone, but let's say I'm inside your delivery zone, and I want to start the service. How does it work? What does it cost? Tell me about that. So I'm a new prospective customer. I want to get your service. Shoot,
okay.
Tell me.
So basically, once you reach out, you can go to our website and schedule a pickup. And first, we have to see if you're in our delivery service. So it's a 25-mile radius from where we're at, which is the Willowbrook area. And we'll check that. And if you're in our delivery service, we'll basically come to you, pick up your laundry, bring it to our facility, clean it, and bring it back. And then the price is $150 a pound and $7.50 for delivery.
So $1.50 a pound and $7.50 per delivery round trip.
Yes,
round trip. One flat rate for delivery. Yes, sir.
Now that's per pound, wet or dry?
Dry. I mean, if you want to send it wet, I mean, you're gonna pay a little more.
Oh, that's the weight. That's the weight I ship it to you.
Yes. So when you'll basically use trash bags or any kind of bag you have and just sit everything on your porch. And we take it and we have our scale here that we weigh it all on, and we'll send you pictures of the scale to confirm the weight and all that. And then
once you become like a weekly or bi-weekly customer, we give you our white duffel bags, which are name tag, a hanger bag, and then an actual bag to put your belongings in if we find anything. So you'll send that back to us every week, then we'll send it back to you.
Wow. Where did the number $1.50 a pound? Why not $1.13 or $2.50 or etc.?
Well, actually, we started at $1.25 a pound,
No delivery,
and we didn't really charge delivery because that was when gas was a little more manageable.
Okay.
Right. So we factored in, because that's what I said. I used my guinea pig. So we kind of looked at, okay, if we were going to a laundromat, because at the time we didn't have a facility where we had multiple machines, we're pricing it off of going to a laundromat and using the public machines and putting in coins and paying that way. So we wanted to make sure that once we factored in the cost of the machines, the products that we were going to use, the bags, the hangers, all the things that make, the packaging, we wanted to make sure that there was a profit there. And at the time, that $1.25 allotted us a nice profit. And the thing is that most of our clients are families. We're a family of 5. It's expensive. It's expensive to raise kids. It's expensive to exist in the world today. So we wanted it to be affordable, but also, we obviously have a business to run. So we wanted to make sure we could pay the mortgage. So we have gone up a little bit because of the increase in the world.
Yes.
So yeah.
So and the other thing I want to see. So what? I was just selling to him a little bit. So what am I getting? I know the answer to this because I got to do my laundry and fold it. My cleaning people actually do mine. I wash and they dry and fold. I wash and dry and they fold and put away. So that helps me out a lot. But what value does that bring? What is some of the value your clients are telling you it's bringing them? You mentioned busy moms, et cetera. What are some of the nuances in terms of what people get out of having this service?
Just, time, because most people work during the week, and then the weekends are running around, getting the house clean, maybe, obviously doing laundry, maybe you got soccer and little league and all these other things that are going on the weekend. And then it's Monday again. And you're like, oh, the uniforms aren't washed. The school clothes aren't washed. Yes. So it's just, that's always the feedback we get, is that the time, the peace of mind, and just universally people hate doing laundry. Yes. Like if you just ask people, that's one of the things they hate. They either, they hate some part of it, either the washing and drying or the folding and putting away. So for us to be able to do, we even have clients that send us their clean clothes. Oh, yeah, like they'll wash everything, and they're like, I can wash all day, but I just hate folding and putting it away. So we'll take it and we'll just fold it, hang it, and they literally can take it from their bags and put it away.
Yeah. That's kind of my situation. Dr. Palmer, I know you have some questions. You probably just trying to figure out if you're in that 25-mile drive. I don't think you are.
No. Just more comments and congratulations. I was not aware of this service until Dr. Montgomery, told me about it. And so, what a wonderful idea, because time now is of so much importance. So congratulations on this. And it looks like you have a large fan club.
We pay them to follow us around.
That's good.
I'm interested in, because I went through a time a couple of years ago when I was trying to figure out the laundry detergent that is safe. And I know you're going to get into that later, because as we know, a lot of them have so many chemicals and phytoestrogens and blah, 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 blah. And so I kind of settled on something, and I won't say it on camera, but just because it's better than maybe the average, but it's still not
It's the lesser of two evils.
Right. And I don't have time to make the detergents. So I'm waiting, and I love to hear, about your product and the research that you've done on kind of healthier alternatives. Is very exciting to me. Now, I actually enjoy washing, but that's because when I've traveled, I had to wash with my hands.
Yeah. So it's a luxury to have a machine when you get okay.
And I did that for a month. And so after that experience, I'm like, I
won't take it for granted.
Yeah, I've done that once as a kid when my mom still had the old washing board. I kind of
we had that in my house.
Yeah. So I remember those days. Well, but that's a great segue. So let's get into your product. Again, there's a story behind that as well. So you're in the laundry business. You're doing well with Tide and so on and so forth, and all these other products. What led you to start producing your own products? Let's start.
I'll let him take this one.
The pandemic hit. So it was either, you go to the store, it's like a limit one, or there's nothing on the shelf.
No Clorox. You couldn't find bleach anywhere.
Wow.
So it was either go out of business or figure something out. And that's what we did. And I started getting online and trying to figure out how we can make our own and do it in a more effective way that's more natural and something our clients can appreciate. So we're just not your everyday detergent.
Right.
And just doing a lot of research. I mean, I wasted hundreds and hundreds of dollars throwing away stuff, trying to figure out the recipes and get it right.
Wow.
And blowing up things. And he's in the kitchen. I call it his meth lab. I'm like, oh Lord, what is he blowing up today? Yeah. But I mean, this man right here, I just commend him. He got in there and got it done.
More than 2 cents, huh? You went from
yes. Definitely.
Again, I like to know those steps. So day one or day whatever, you walk in, the pandemic hits, you walk into the supermarket and the shelves are empty or near empty, but you've got a laundry business that's going.
Right.
So you're having to make way. And so from that point to, I don't know how many days it took you to be up full force with your detergent, but there was an interview. What happened during then?
So with the product, I was a crazy coupon lady because, we had to basically have a lot on hand. So I was clipping coupons. I was doing the digital coupons. I'm doing all the steps to buy in bulk. So we had a pretty nice back stock. We were getting, big bulks from the big box stores and things like that. So we had a nice cushion. So we were
even before the pandemic hit.
Before the pandemic hit, because we always had to stay ready. At any given moment we could, get hit with a big order or stuff like that. So we always had a nice back stock so that we were never really running low. But then when the pandemic hit and we started seeing, the bleach hasn't been restocked in a couple of days or a week now. We're going to different stores and kind of seeing the same trend. I would literally take a Saturday and go from store to store buying the maximum that I could get of those products at that store because, they were limiting everything. Wow. So at some point, there weren't any more products to buy. So when it started getting really, really kind of crazy out there, I was like, he was really like, we got to do something because I don't cook. I don't do anything in the kitchen. So if there was going to be anybody that made us products, it was going to be this guy. So I was like, babe, do your thing.
Oh, that's great.
What was your process for that?
I mean, we ended up shutting down for 2 weeks too at some point because we couldn't get anything.
Yeah.
So we shut down for 2 weeks, and that's when I started going and doing my research and trying to figure out what works. And once I figured out how to make soap, because that was the main thing, because I can go and get soap and break it down and melt it down, but it's like I don't know what's in it.
Right.
So I started making my own from the olive oil, coconut oil, and palm oil, and basically using the lye for the chemical reaction to create that soap. And then once I started learning how to make bar soaps, then I started breaking that down and melting it back down to detergent and adding the other cleaning agents to make that work for clothes.
Right.
So is there a basic component to, so let's take a soap. Let me just take a generic cleaning substance, or I'll call it that.
Okay.
And so cleaning substance for clothes versus cleaning substance for dishes in the sink versus cleaning substance for dishes in the dishwasher versus cleaning substance for your hands and body versus cleaning substance for floors and countertops. Break that down for me from, this cleaning substance versus that, and that. Are the fundamental components?
It's the lye?
Well, not really the lye. It's the oils that you use. So if you want to talk about cleaning a counter, cleaning your clothes, and cleaning floors, your main ingredient is going to be coconut oil. Coconut oil is like, I don't want to say the most raw cleaning agent, but that actually helps clean. It's a little bit rougher for your skin, so you don't really want to put much coconut oil on your skin when you're making soap. When you want to get into body soaps or anything for the body, you're going to use, I use a soap calculator. So you're going to change the ratio of the oil. So you're going to basically raise up the olive oil. Olive oil is better for your skin. So once you add the olive oil to it, that's going to make a more smooth texture, something that's great to go on your body.
But I think what we always joke about is it's like Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Like Taco Bell has a menu of like the same 10 basic ingredients just combined in different ways to make different items, right? Yes. So our like cleaning products are pretty much the same. They're different, different ratio and percentages of the same ingredients. And you raise this a little more to make something for surfaces, and you lower this a little more to make something that's safer for skin, and maybe you raise this some more to make something that's a little harsher for a bathtub to get into the the grains in there. So it's really the same kind of base ingredients.
Just how you put it together.
It's just how they're put together.
So
gotcha.
Make cleaning products for the bathroom. Other cleaning products?
That's coming.
That's
coming. Yes.
So right now we have an all-purpose cleaner that's for surfaces. You can use it on your floors. Just a general around the house all-purpose cleaner. But I'm bugging him to get in there and get something for the bathrooms because that's
how does your all-purpose cleaner compare to say a Pine Sol for the floor? Is that pretty competitive? You think?
Yes, it is. And like you're gonna get less of the harsh chemicals too. So you're gonna get a natural version of like, say your 409 or something.
Right.
So you can spray it just as, you would do that and just wipe it off.
And I think just in general, they're just cleaner. It's just, fewer ingredients. Yes. So you're not getting all the fillers and all the extra stuff because we're conditioned to think, we see suds, that equals clean. We smell bleach, that equals clean. We equate those things with cleaning, but they're not necessarily, they're just there to basically arouse the senses.
And suds is actually a chemical because our products don't really have suds in them. Right. Even though our name is Signature Suds, our products don't really have suds.
False advertising.
Yeah. But, it's like you pour our detergent into your machine, you're not going to see anything. It's going to look like just regular water.
Right.
But when your clothes come out, you're going to smell them. They're going to look clean and they're going to look good.
Yeah.
Wow. Now I can attest to that for sure. I can attest to that. I've been using it for the last week actually since the very first time we met. And I did. I'm going to put a personal comment. I got your estimates. I'm going to send you an email back. Did you give me something on bar soaps? Volume purchase on bar soaps?
Yes. Well, I'll send that to you. Absolutely.
Okay, perfect. Sorry to be personal.
I'm behind in production on that.
Well, that's another thing. So we said it's the same combination. It's the combination of the same ingredients. So the supply chain issue has affected us a lot because we haven't, we've not been able to get things as quickly as we used to. And our bar soaps use a lot of the same ingredients as our laundry detergent, as our all-purpose cleaner. So we had to kind of pull back on the bar soaps. So we made sure we had the ingredients we needed for our bread and butter, essentially, which is the detergent, because we sell it, but we also use it in our laundry service, which we still have. So with the bar soaps, we were like, all right, well, we'll slow down on that to make sure we have this. But now things are moving a little more quickly. So get on it, sir.
Well, Shaman Jones is saying, please put our products in your store, Dr. Montgomery. So you're going to have to put some bar soap stuff aside for me.
Okay.
It's going to be this coming Saturday. So you got a hard deadline. That's Shaman Jones. So we should put it all to the...
Man, you better get to work, sir.
We'll have it there in a week. No, this is great. So that's interesting in terms of the. So what are some of the things that we? Well, before I get into that, tell me about your. So you got your laundry, the all-purpose, the bar soaps. tell me about your dryer balls. I mean, I mentioned I stopped using the dryer sheets and there were some issues. I'm going to ask you about that in a minute, but tell us about your dryer balls, and then we're going to go to some of the issues with some of the standard products you buy over the counter. And I'm sure Dr. Palmer has some questions regarding that as well. But tell us about your dryer balls.
So the dryer balls are, I mean, you spoke to it a little earlier. It's just when you're looking at your laundry routine in general, your dryer sheets are the most toxic component of your laundry routine. As far as, you know, the detergent, the bleach, anything you buy, those dryer sheets, the tiny little sheets that we just love to add in there, 3 and 4 in every load, that's the most toxic part of your routine. So the dryer balls have the same effect. They help with wrinkles. They help with static. They actually help reduce your drying time, because they act as kind of they make everything tumble around a little more and let the heat in the dryer circulate a little better. Because, you know, you get those fitted sheets, they kind of, everything rolls up into each other. Those dryer balls kind of help to prevent that. So it helps you dry your clothes dry a little faster. And it's just all the same benefits, just without all the toxins that are on that dryer sheet. So we use 100% wool for our dryer balls. And then you have the option to add scent with essential oils if you like, or if you prefer just the scent free and you want just the effect of the dryer ball without the fragrance, you can just use them as they are.
Now now we get a couple of personal questions. We'll get back from the general things. Now, I text you the question about the dryer balls. I think I put more than 3 drops on it. There was more like 20 or 30 drops. I didn't get the text in time, but that's okay. But the thing is that so we talked about the detergent without the oil having a longer shelf life.
Yes.
He said that's an option. And then you have the scent booster, which is a powder you can add. But let me ask you this. Can you do the detergent without the scented oils and rely on the dryer balls with the oils to do all your scenting?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So here's the key. The reason that the shelf life on the actual shelf life of the product isn't reduced with the oils, it's the potency of the oils themselves. Because essential oils, if you're buying 100% pure essential oils, they'll always come in dark glass containers, because it keeps the light out and it helps preserve the fragrance of the oil. So we sell our detergent in plastic bottles when we ship them, you know, just to make sure that they arrive safely. But like you joined us at a market. So when we sell at our farmers markets, we sell them in glass to help preserve the oils. So essentially, you know, once they go into plastic, the countdown is on as far as how potent those oils are going to be. But with the oil blends that we sell with our dryer balls, we do sell those in those small glass containers. So the oils will stay preserved that way. And if you use them with the scent-free detergent and then you use the dryer balls in the dryer, we always give people this hint or tip. With essential oils, they burn off at a certain temperature. So all of our product, all of the labels will always tell you, use a low heat setting. And even you know, to even maximize that even more is if you use those balls completely unscented the first time around, use them in your dryer, get your clothes completely dry, then add a few drops to each one, let the oil dry into the ball so you can avoid the staining, and toss them back in with your dry clothes on an air dry, no heat at all. And you're just going to infuse those clothes with the essential oil fragrance and you'll smell good. Exactly. You'll maximize. You don't have to put 20 or 30 drops, just a few, and it'll do the job.
Now, last personal question. We'll get into some of the other products and some of the issues, but I want people to understand what you're dealing with, because this natural stuff is not about being cute and natural. I think there's some real issues we're trying to avoid, but there's a personal question. I'm looking at changing out my wash and dry. I'm not sure my dryer, my wash has a little bit of mildew in it. I hadn't cleaned it out. My dryer, these things about 7 years old, which I mean, my first one lasted longer, but my dryer's not getting my clothes dry. Even if I put it, I put it like on a time dry and an hour and 40 minutes, and I still have to run it twice, especially with the towels.
Yeah.
And so it seems like the dryers, so I'm thinking of buying a new one. I mean, I currently have Whirlpool. Which brand would y'all recommend?
Well,
this is a question for him.
We have a few different ones because I work on them, so I don't throw them away.
Well, maybe that's your next service, but I'm
I have to fix every machine in here all the time. I like
maybe the vents, right?
Yeah, sometimes. But I like GE because I mean the reason why I like them because they're easy for me to work on. So no matter if they're old or new, I can work and fix them.
Yeah.
And they're more durable. Are they better than Whirlpool? I mean, I thought Whirlpool.
Whirlpool is good too. You can do Whirlpool, Kenmore. Kenmore and Whirlpool is basically the same thing. So you can do either or.
But as far as like him having like issues with stuff getting dry, a lot of people will say check the vents, make sure
everything is venting out and you don't have a blown fuse or something.
It's not just where you remove the lint trap, but like deeper in where lint collects, and that's a fire hazard too.
Like I have to actually open my machines up because we do so much laundry, open them up, and anything that's inside of it that's lint buildup, I get a vacuum and suck all that stuff out and put it back together.
Yeah.
So I just bring a repair person and check the vent first before I venture.
Yes.
Okay, I'll do it. Thanks for that.
That's probably cheaper than buying a new one. And then
I agree. I just wanted to get that tip because I figured you deal with these things on an industrial basis, and so that's something that you would have good insight on. Well, anyway, back to the key points. I'm sure somebody else had that question too. So tell us about the standard. I mean, you started off using, the standard detergents, and then you started creating your own. So two aspects of it. I mean, granted, I know the pandemic and shortage was perhaps the major impetus. You mentioned you have a daughter with eczema. You mentioned that before, and I think in some of your shows and things, or a family. I should say family. But anyway, long story short, there were health issues that you were aware of in the family, and you want to get something cleaner to avoid problems.
Right.
So what was some of the other than the shortage evidence, what was the health needs that you really wanted to address, and what problems were you aware of with the standard detergents that you were concerned about?
Well, I think the biggest thing is that we basically saw an opportunity to kill two birds with one stone, for lack of a better cliche, to say, okay, we need to address the issue that we need product, but then we're also consumers, so we've gone through the multiple products and different detergents that we just, would find and try out. My oldest daughter, Sydney, has really, really severe eczema, and for the longest, we were using two separate detergents because I'm a person that likes to smell like I did laundry. I don't like the scent-free stuff. I like to have a little smell. And we would have to wash hers in completely scent-free detergent. And, aside from the extra time that took and product and money and all that stuff, we just really wanted to say, okay, at this point, if we're going to create something, let's create something that families like us can really benefit from. And I think when you really get down to it, especially since we've been doing markets and talking to people, there's so many people that struggle with skin sensitivity.
And they just deal with it.
Yeah. I mean, especially in our community, growing up, we weren't rich by any stretch of the imagination. And so, having an itch or something that bothered your skin was like, hey, you got to tough that out because we got to buy the most economical thing for the whole family to use. We aren't buying special detergents for, a little rash on your arm kind of thing. Put some baby oil or Vaseline or whatever on it and keep it moving. So we've had those conversations with people that are suffering and struggling with those same issues. And like I said, we're a family of 5. So we wanted to create something that was affordable, but also was something that the whole family could use safely. And like we've been using our products with our daughters for the last, 2 years now. And we haven't had any issues. She's been completely fine. And, that was after we had gone through changing her bath soap, changing her lotion, all the things that made direct contact with her skin. But then I would notice every time we did laundry, that's when I would see, a little rash around her neck, around her shoulder, where the clothes are a little tighter. And I just was like, oh, okay, maybe we need to, address the detergent. So, yeah.
Wow. That's amazing. And some, I think Shannon wants to know Southwest Houston. She comes on. I mean, the Braze market is close to Southwest. It's in Brazewood. It's in Bel Air. but I also put in the chat that Montgomery Garden Kitchen will have it. We're at 10480 Main Street, so go to gardenkitchenfoods.com.
Yes.
And
we're also Southwest Houston. We're also in a store in Pearland too. So if anyone's in that area.
Oh, Pearland, that's Southwest.
Yeah. The red, white, and blue plus dollar store. We're located. We have some products in there too, so that might help out.
I'll look that
Do
up.
you all have a storefront on the north side?
Yes, we're in it right now.
Yes,
yes, we are located at 12023 Bama North Houston Road. It's Bama North Houston near the Beltway and Veterans Memorial. I'm about 8 minutes from Willowbrook Mall.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to put that in the chat and also on the banner as well. So I'm going to put your link to your website on the banner and what have you. So the other, what in your research, what have you found? What are some of the things we should be most worried about? Let's start with the dryer sheets and then work our way with the laundry detergents and then also the chemical products we put on our counter. What are some of the things that you have run across in your research that is most problematic?
So I would say, and I'll let Rob speak more to the ingredients because he's the mastermind behind that. But just for me as a mom and as a consumer, the lack of information just in general. We really didn't discover this until we started our research, is that if you look at the back of your laundry detergent bottle, there aren't any ingredients on there. The detergent industry is not required to list their ingredients. So to me, that's a red flag. The unknown element of it, of like, oh, we're just going to trust that whatever's in this magical bottle is doing the job and not, causing me any harm. So just the idea of not knowing what's in it was a little, that was an eye-opening moment. And then the ingredients that you are able to find, you spoke earlier about dryer sheets being carcinogenic, causing asthma. We had a moment when we thought our oldest daughter had asthma, and probably a lot of other things contributed to that. But just they relate the effect of dryer sheets to like the effect of a car exhaust. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah, really? Going through your dryer, once the toxins on that dryer sheet are heated, you're talking about literal like vehicle exhaust qualities coming out of your dryer vents. So when you start looking into that, it's like, okay, we got to make a change. And then with the detergent, I know he has probably more info on that.
I was a meat manager for 17 years. And like when we had these big garbage trucks that would come and pick up like our bone marrow and our bone fat and stuff, and they would dump it. And we would have like 5 to 6 barrels a week that they would come and take away. They take that stuff and grind it down and mix that into your detergent, your makeup, all of your soaps that you use, and most people don't know that.
Your cosmetic products.
So,
wow.
If you think
wait.
He's like, hold up.
So let's go through these products. So the bone marrow,
yes,
the meat, the
bone,
all
of the stuff that we didn't use that we threw away. We had a big barrel that we dumped it in.
That's the fat.
It was fat, bones, any meat that we didn't use, whatever, we dumped it in there, ground meat, whatever. They take that, they grind it down, and I don't know the complete process of what they mix it with, but that's mixed into your makeup and your soaps and all of that, and that's put on your skin.
So essentially, that mixture it's the bonding agent that holds your ingredients together. So you probably notice, Dr. Montgomery, with our soap,
it separates.
If you sit it there, you'll see those ingredients start to separate a little bit.
You
shake it up and it works. Everything goes back together.
The crazier part about that, I beat myself up for so long, like trying to get our stuff to stay together, but there's no way to do it that is not natural.
Yeah, without using animal fat, which we don't want to do. So
it's not a problem to shake it, so don't worry about it.
Yeah. So, but that's the thing. So if you don't know that about natural products, your first impulse is to be like, "Wow, this looks funny. It doesn't look like what I'm used to seeing." And then once you learn, it has, it doesn't have the bone marrow and all the animal intestines or whatever the stuff is in that bucket. It's like, okay, I can shake it and I'll be fine. I don't need all that. So, yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. And then the dry seats are like auto exhaust. That's very problematic, since that's very scary.
Can I add something quickly?
No, please. Yeah.
What about the the safer companies are
the safer. Okay.
She's worried about her detergent now.
So here's the deal. There are some really great companies out there that are clean, that are true to their word, and use really safe ingredients. And usually those companies will be completely transparent about their ingredients. So if you can find a brand that lists those ingredients on their label, if you can find a brand that lists those ingredients, that would be my recommendation, is to go with those companies that are transparent, because the ones that aren't are definitely adding a bunch of stuff. I mean, a lot of it is preservatives, a lot of it is fillers,
yes.
A lot of it is the suds, the bubbles, all the things that, you know, we as consumers have been socialized to look for, to associate with something being clean or being effective. So all of those things that are pumped into those they're not necessary for cleaning. They're just there to be more appealing, similar to
profit.
And profit, right? Because, you know, you got a 92-ounce bottle of something and only about 40 ounces of it is actual cleaning product, and the other 52 is just a bunch of extra junk. So you're using more of it, you're using it more quickly. And I think they recently made the little measuring cups bigger, so you're using it even faster, and you're a repeat consumer. You're constantly buying it over and over again. And what we've had to train ourselves and educate our clients on is you don't have to use as much of our product. You really, really don't. You have to, if you use it as directed, it gets the job done, and it really goes. You get more out of our product than what you would with a store brand.
Okay.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. So currently you have the laundry detergent, you have the bar soap, you have the multi-purpose cleaner, you have the Clorox-free bleach, you have the dryer balls with the essential oils. And of course, you have the scent boosters that have the essential oils in it. Am I missing anything?
The stain fighter.
Oh, our stain fighter.
Oh, the stain fighter. Yes. I did buy some of the stain fighter. I haven't used it yet, but you apply it directly on, just like any stain fighter. You let it sit for a few minutes.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the benefit of ours, you can actually use it on shoes, couches, carpets, car upholstery, anything.
Really?
Yeah, so you would just treat it directly onto the stain. I always recommend, the thing with stains is that the sooner you can attack them, the better. The less time you allow it to get into the fiber of the material, you're better off. So if you're out and you get a stain, when you get home, treat it, toss the item in your laundry basket until you're ready to do laundry, and then wash it like normal. So the longer the better. And then the other thing, essentially with laundry in general, heat is your worst enemy. So if you wash something and you dry it and that stain is not completely gone, it sets that stain in. So it's going to be harder and harder to get it out. So I always tell people, if you're really focused on a stain, wash it, pull it out of the washer, check it to see if it's gone, and then dry it. If not, retreat it and wash again.
Wow. Okay. That's fantastic. And that's excellent information. Dr. Palmer, any other questions?
I need to come and see you all tomorrow.
We're open 11 to 6.
You're at the Bel Air Farmers Market. Are you going to be there every Saturday, or what's going to be your schedule on that?
We're going to be there this weekend, and then we need to talk to Mike to see. I think we're going to do every other Saturday there. Beginning in April. So yeah, we're trying to decide if it's going to be 1st and 3rd or 2nd and 4th. Okay.
And we'll have our delivery site. So Garden Kitchen will have it probably starting as early as a week from today. Because you'll probably make your delivery Saturday, and we can have it on our shelves by Monday. Yes, so we'll definitely get it on. I'm using it, and it works pretty well. There's a question about, are you in the District Market Green Grocer?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, that's actually where that footage that you started the show with, that was when he was actually the featured story on that. Robert Thomas, he's the owner of that grocery store. And he was able to, highlight a few vendors, and we were one of the vendors that were highlighted. But yeah, District Market Green Grocer, they're on 1960 and TC Jester.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a ways. I need to go over there and visit them. There's also, so District Market, I'll have to look them up.
Yeah, he's doing some great things in the community, stocking the shelves with, vendors of color. and just some really great products. And I think his next mission is to attack food deserts in the city, so he's working on that too.
Yes.
Okay, I need to go and say hello to him and bring him onto the show.
Yes.
This is fantastic. This is fantastic. Where do you see? I'm asking you those soothsayers as we start to close out. This, of course, we're in the farmers markets, and of course, you're in the cleaning business. As you see your business, the trajectory you've been in from how long has your laundry business been operational for?
We're in 5. We're
years.
celebrating 5 years this month.
5 years. So looking at that trajectory, and then the detergents, how long has that been? And
2 years.
2 years.
2 years. So if you can combine those trajectories and your business, what do you see your business and business like yours going, let's say 5-10 years? And I guess maybe give us on terms of, you could do it however you want, either market share or growth, or in terms of consumers looking for this. Help us read the TVs, because we're certainly, I'm as an individual and as a business, and Dr. Palmer, she can speak for herself, but I think I wouldn't be too far off to say that she's been in the space of looking for businesses like yourself, whether it's cleaning or food. Right now, I buy most of my produce from local growers, small businesses, and the like. I'm doing the same with other things, especially things that are directly related to my health.
Right.
Is this a growing trend? And what are you seeing in terms of the growth from your perspective and people around you and the like?
I think it's definitely a growing trend. I think as a nation, we, old things are new again. Yes. We're getting back to the earth. We're getting back to the basics. We've gotten so far away from just the simple basics of nature. And so I think we're all seeing that, and people are kind of adjusting to that. We see, people starting gardens and growing fresh herbs and vegetables at home, and really understanding the benefits and the ways that things affect your health when you aren't, when you're taking in a lot of preservatives and all those things. So I think there definitely is a movement toward that. And speaking into our culture, our community specifically, I think we're starting to understand that, we have to change things a little bit. We have 3 kids, and we want to be here for the grandkids and the great grandkids. And we want to live long, full lives. And we got to start to recognize how we need to change our diets and the things that we put on our bodies, and all those things just really kind of take in more ownership of our collective health. And I think there definitely is a movement toward that. As far as us specifically, my thing is I want to take over the cleaning aisle.
Yes.
I want us to have a product for every, an alternative product for every item you see on your cleaning aisle. On the side of everybody. You'll have a Signature Suds, tub cleaner, window cleaner, all these natural products that, we can tackle with things that come from the earth. The earth gives us everything we need, and we just have to find a way to use them effectively. And the sky's the limit when it comes to that, because he'll be making cleaning products.
Yeah, she's not helping.
I sell them.
You'll get that. But you just said something that reminded me of the question I forgot to ask earlier. Okay. And you guys are uniquely positioned because you were in the big supermarket arena, mm-hmm. and now you're in the product producing arena. Mm-hmm. And I remember, we have products too. We have our corn chips and various things, and we sell on our shelves. And I remember talking to a consultant a number of years ago, because we were contemplating, everybody was saying, well, you get in Whole Foods, you get Oprah to talk about your stuff, you home food or whatever, I don't know.
Dr. Oz.
But Dr. Oz, whatever. But anyway, that's not necessarily true. But anyway, long story short is that what this consultant told me was something insightful, and this is before I even started paying him. In fact, this is kind of free advice. He said something to the fact that, and we were talking about different options of how we sell our stuff online or on site, farmers markets, et cetera. He says that you may not want to, after you analyze the whole process, you may find that you may not want to be on the shelves of supermarket X, Y, Z, yep. because there are downsides to that.
Yeah.
And you guys probably know that stuff inside and out.
Yes,
so
we do.
you've been on that side and now you're on this side. Give us some insight to that. You understand it from both perspectives. So help us out on that.
Right. So, I mean, it's a balancing act, essentially. We definitely saw, with the pandemic, we saw people overnight change their shopping habits. Yeah. We saw everything go to online, delivery services, shopping online for your groceries, shopping online for pretty much everything that you can, and not having to leave the house because we couldn't. Mm-hmm. So definitely having an online presence and making that available is super important. One of the things that we struggle with as a small business is shipping. So we're not Amazon. We can't get it to you same day, next day, free shipping, no shipping charge or anything like that. Because the reality is that we are packaging and boxing up your order and going to the post office to mail it to you and paying those shipping fees. So, as we continue to grow, we hope to be able to kind of adjust that philosophy. But at the current moment, we have to pay shipping and things like that. So we definitely want to be competitive there. But so having our items on shelves kind of help offset the shipping aspect of it. If you do want to go and buy our stuff, we can, you can go to your local market. One of the things that we are doing, instead of going to the huge big box stores, we have strategically, placed our items in markets that share our vision of healthy natural living. Smaller markets around the city. We're working to get in a few more markets now, but just more of your neighborhood market, where the owner, they know you by name, they know the products, they can speak to the products. District Market is a great example of that. Red, White, and Blue Plus is a great example of that. So we're being very strategic with that, so that we're not a part of this huge hustle and bustle of the industry, but we also want to make our products accessible, and that's the balancing act that we're trying to really maintain. But I think long-term, online is definitely a huge, huge thing, and it always will be. And then just making sure that the brand recognition is there, becoming a household name that people know and trust. Mm-hmm. And then, from there, wherever you want to find us, go online, shop it, we'll send it to you,
But you guys had connections at Whole Foods. I mean, clearly, it's a joker like me trying to get a Whole Foods in one store. You guys have been inside, people there.
Yes.
If you wanted to be in Whole Foods, you can be in Whole Foods. You're not in Whole Foods. There must be a reason other than, it's not like I don't know anybody in Whole Foods. You guys are Whole.
I know.
Why are you not in Whole Foods? There's a reason.
But I think the other thing is the supply and demand. You have to be able to supply those stores on the regular to keep that product in stock. Because for the years I worked there, products will come in that we love, and then they just disappear. Right. And it's because they can't keep up with that demand. So I don't want to be one of those companies that can't keep up with the demand and we just fall off.
Right.
Gotcha.
Well, so hopefully, it's not a personal vendetta or anything against Whole Foods.
No, I understand.
Yeah, they definitely, although the company has changed under the new ownership, I think of all the big box stores, I think they definitely stand by their commitment to ingredients and transparency. And so I think that would definitely be a great way for us to move. But like you said, the demand of it, he's literally the guy that makes every product that we sell.
Like we're in 7 with yours now. We're in 7 stores we're in, and 1 in LA. So we ship to LA too.
Yeah,
so
and then our markets on the weekends. So he, I keep him busy,
Wow, that's amazing. Well, this is good. We're going to certainly try to keep it going on our end and get our customers. Katie Miller says she's ordering now. She loves the scent choice.
Wow.
So you gotta order another.
Yeah, I'm serious about. I've been on the search for detergents and all-purpose cleaners for a minute, and just like I said, have settled with whatever. And then the thing that happens with the all-purpose cleaners is people like, just use lemon or whatever. That doesn't work.
Yeah. There's levels to it, we don't go full hippie.
All these cleaners, like she said, it's like Taco Bell. It's all the same thing. So once I learned how to make one thing, then I said, okay, what happens if I put this into this, and then we got something else. So we just keep creating different things.
And I think like you said, the cool part about us having a laundry service is that we get to test our products out. We literally have live guinea pigs every day.
We have 500 clients across the city of Houston.
And then we ask for feedback. We get their feedback. We make adjustments, so being this close to the product still, I mean, we joke about him making everything, but it's great because we do get to see it and we get to make those adjustments. And with the cleaning products, we use them in our house. So I'm like, when I'm cleaning, I'm like, hey, babe, this, we need to add something else to this because so we have that real life.
Yeah. Even with the District Green Grocer, Chuck was the first one to get our all-purpose cleaner. He came back, was like, this is not strong enough.
Right.
So I had to fix that.
You wanted the scent to be stronger. So that's the great thing about the farmers markets, the one-on-one interaction with our clients. And we always ask, we're like, we want the feedback. We want the good, the bad, the ugly, because that's what that helps us grow. That helps us make a better product for our consumers. So we always welcome that feedback. So if you do order some stuff, we would love to hear your feedback about it.
Oh, I'm coming to the farmers market.
All right.
I used to go to farmers markets every weekend, but what I saw happening was that the farmers markets were becoming like places where people were selling more conventional things just at a farmers market. And so I was like, that's what I'm looking for. So I just kind of stopped going. So I haven't been in a little while. Dr. Montgomery tells me about all his great experiences.
What I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think since the pandemic, we had so many that popped up. And a lot of them are not traditional farmers markets. It's just another way for people to make money. So even with us, when we started the markets, there was some that didn't want to buy from us because we have more of a natural and what would you say?
It's just the idea of pop-up shop versus a certified traditional farmers market.
Yes.
So and not anything against pop-up shop, but when you go to a pop-up shop, you're usually looking for more boutique items, clothes, jewelry, candles, things more of that nature. But when you go to a farmer's market, you're talking about farmers that literally have grown the vegetables that you're buying, or they have collected the eggs from chickens at their farm. So you're talking about more hands-on products. So we've really found our niche at the farmers markets. So that's probably what you experienced was, going to more of the pop-up shops, because it just became a necessity with the pandemic. People couldn't, they couldn't make money. So they had to go out and find ways to really get their products out there. So I commend all the small business owners who've, toughed it out the last 2 years, because a lot of us were not, we lost a lot of small businesses in the last 2 years. Yes. So those that are still out there grinding it out, we have so many vendor friends that we work with, we've met at markets, and we've formed a community with. So I commend, hats off to all the small business owners. And we always appreciate the support from our community.
Real quick on farmers, have y'all considered going to the one? I think it's Harvest. What's the one?
Oh, Urban Harvest.
Urban Harvest up in Have y'all? Are they blocked? Do they have any more spots open?
It's on my list. So I have. So Dr. Montgomery, you spoke about this. So we run our laundry business through the week. We have 3 kids that we homeschool, and then we do farmers markets on the weekends. So I have this, and I have undiagnosed OCD. But I come and I make my list of all the markets that I want to hit, and we've just been tackling them one by one and trying to get to visit as many of them as we can. So over the summer, I have a plan to try to get into Urban Harvest. So yes.
Great. Now that'd be great to have you there. It's a little bit bigger than the one you're at, but the one you're at is good. I found you. I'm at Urban Harvest because we get our produce. So I'm there, and I'm just getting cases and cases of produce.
Oh, nice.
And stocking it up, and then we have our delivery people come and pick it up, and so we get like a huge van, and that's our produce. So we get like 2-3 cases of kale, 2-3 cases of spinach, and all that. And so I'm going to the different vendors, and so you guys could be on that list. Now, since you're so kind, we're not far from where you are in Bel Air, so you're going to drop it off at the place. We'll figure out a system that way, one way or the other. But we can, if you have Urban Harvest, we have a delivery people that goes there and pick up all of our other stuff. Yeah. But either way, there are times if I'm there, I can take it, or I can get someone to pick it up. We'll figure out that system later. I've got that worked out, but I don't want to tax it too much. Now, Jessica's spreading rumors that you ship all over the U.S. too.
Yes.
We do, except for Alaska and Hawaii. Those are only 2 places we don't ship. The shipping is just so expensive there. But yes, all across the U.S.
And I will say we are looking to grow our team this year as far as performance markets. So you won't be seeing us at all the markets. We're looking to actually put people in those spots to get it out to more people.
Yeah, because there's like we said, there's so many markets happening now that you'll have, across the city on a Saturday, you'll have, 10 to 20 markets that are happening, and we're only 2 people. So we do want to start to, kind of get out there and try to get as many of those markets as we can. So we'll be growing our team over the summer and really getting some more bodies out there. The main thing is we want to make sure everyone is educated on our products to be able to speak to it and talk to the customers and really explain the benefits. So we're going to be very strategic and thorough with how we bring those people on. But yeah, so hopefully Urban Harvest will be one of those places we can add to the list.
No, wonderful. This has been spectacular. My goodness, this is I'm full right now. I'm excited, and we're gonna get stockpiles of your stuff. I need if you can. I know you're busy. You can send me the list for the soap, the minimum order, and I'll email you back everything we need. Okay. Somebody mentioned they like the lavender soap. Do you have the soap and lemongrass also? I love that lemongrass.
Yes, all of the body soaps come in the same scents as our detergents.
Okay, good. So I'm going to make that. Dr. Palmer, any other questions or comments?
No, just comments. I'm just excited. It's like one of those prayers being answered.
Y'all do.
I'm not trying to be funny in the sense of when you start trying to clean up your life and your world, and you start going down the rabbit hole of everything that needs to be changed, and you're like, oh my gosh, the soap too.
Yeah.
Detergent too. My laundry detergent too. I'm cleaning the bathroom every week, or every couple of days.
And inhaling that.
And I'm inhaling all of this. Are you serious?
Yeah.
So then you go on a search, and like you said, everything, it has the same chemicals in it. Yeah. So you just I just came to a point where I just said, you know what? I'm just gonna have to inhale.
And just hope for the best. But that's the best
when I clean.
Right.
Now it puts a little bit of rest to that. And because I'm serious, I will be there because I have items, because we end up buying a whole bunch of stuff that I bought that I'm like, this doesn't, and if it doesn't smell right, then I'm like, I know it's too chemical.
Right. But that's what I said. We're trying to bring a product for every need on your cleaning aisle. So we'll slowly attack that project.
I'm just excited. And somebody asked earlier about usually I use that app. It is the EWG, the Environmental Work Group .org, to kind of see what they say about it, and they kind of give you measurements of what toxins are in certain things. I mean, so I'm saying that to say, I've really been reading and getting into, and at one point I was like, maybe I can make my own, but I know that that's not my ministry.
Mine either.
No,
either. That's why I did that.
Yes.
I told her when I leave, I'm taking all the recipes with me.
Yeah, he's like, you better not ever divorce me. I'm taking all the recipes.
This is amazing. As we close out, I have a few photos of your shop and some things, and as we go through this, one thing here, let me let's see here. Shaman Jones says, hire me, please. So Shaman, put your email in the chat, and if you're not mad, and what I'll do is I'll copy it and share it with the Jones. So let me do this. I'm the tenants. I'm sorry. With the let me just share some images of your products, and as I flip through these, give us a few comments here. And hold on one second.
That was Harvey. We actually went out and opened up we were still in the garage.
That's our garage where we started.
And we did free laundry services for everyone who was affected by Harvey.
Yeah.
So this is your beginning.
Yes.
Free laundry with Harvey. Oh my goodness.
That's the third stall of our garage that we had converted into our laundry facility. So 2 washers, 2 dryers, and all that conventional detergent up top. That's the garage space where we would actually process orders and all of our racks.
I love it. This is beautiful.
Oh, the humble beginnings.
This is beautiful.
So this is when we actually signed our lease for the space we're in now. And we had to do a full construction because we had to add all the water lines and dryer vents and gas lines. because it was a nail shop before. So there was nothing here for our machines. That's more construction. Wow. Oh man. Started to get a little cleaner.
Yeah, this is good.
And then these are our farmers markets, where we get out there and grind it out, just getting the product out there and meeting people like Dr. Montgomery. This is our grand opening at our shop. We actually got into our shop in 2020, but then the world shut down. So we weren't able to do an actual in-person grand opening until the end of last year. And these are actually a family that we met at a farmer's market.
They follow us everywhere.
We love them. Shay and Chris, they are an amazing family, and their daughters, and I think that's her mom and her grandson. But they've been loyal customers. They came to our grand opening all the way from
League City to
to the north side. So yeah.
Well, we'll have to cut them off at the pass to the garden kitchen. So let them know about the garden kitchen.
Yes. This is another amazing family we met. They're actually small business owners. They're a family of 5 as well. We do a lot of work with them. Oyari Naturals. They're awesome. We love them. Wow. Just more wonderful folks that came out and purchased our products. This guy, I don't know if you know this guy, Chris Hollins. He was the county clerk for Houston. He ran the last election. He's actually running for mayor, and he's a high school colleague of mine, a classmate of mine. We went to the Hightower together, so he came by and showed us some love. And
you're a Hightower graduate.
Hightower 03.
Oh wow! I have 3 daughters who graduated from Hightower. 3.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah. Let's talk about that. This is our booth at the Painted Tree Boutiques. This is one of the stores that we sell at. This is over here in Champion Forest.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that's the game. Family. That's the family.
I love it. Oh,
Kayla, Jordan, and Sydney.
Yes.
Wow.
I think you know this guy. So that's at the Braeswood Market. Oh, that's some behind the scenes.
Yeah. This is where the magic happens.
Yep, that's where the magic happens. Oh,
this is amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, the thing is, this is just an amazing. It's been an amazing show. I tell you, I'm just really full, and I would like to invite you guys to come to our private community and do an educational talk. We have a private community where we get some in-depth discussions on things, and certainly to educate them on it. I'm also going to sit down and talk to you about putting together some sample kits for our patients to use and kind of get your insight on that as well. So I think you have sample kits and whatnot.
Yes.
So we really want to kind of push the product to our patients on a regular basis. And so we'll have those conversations behind the scene. Any parting words for our audience as we get ready to
We just thank everyone for the support. And I mean, 5 years ago, we didn't know we will be here. I guess.
Yeah. Very uncertain, leaving, cushiony jobs at Whole Foods, making really good money, being very comfortable, and just venturing out into this. And we just appreciate the support from the community. Our family, our friends, our clients has been awesome. And we just appreciate it and hope that we can continue this journey.
Yes.
Wow. This is amazing. Well, congratulations and Godspeed on your continued success. We wish you well. We're going to do more than wish you well. We're going to be behind pushing and supporting in every way we can, because when you succeed, we will all succeed. And this is a great product. I look forward to my continued use, and I look forward to sharing it with our community. Dr. Palmer, I'll let you have the last word before we go backstage, and I shut it down.
Well, again, thank you all for your vision. To see this is such a need overall. With the current environment that we live in, there's so many things that has been harmful to our health, to our body. So to have, an option, and it also brings recognition, because some people don't even recognize that these things are a problem. So your presence and the presence of your items let us know, hey, maybe I should look a little bit further and think about what I'm not just putting inside my body, but putting on my body, including, the makeups, which we've talked about before, the soaps, the detergents, and things like that. So I just, I commend you. I am prayerful that you keep pushing forward and that more doors continue to open and you continue making bigger and greater things. And we're here to support.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Wow. Well said. Okay, guys, I'll see you backstage as we close out. I'll tell you one thing. A summation of this show tonight is simply wow. As usual, we have a lot of incredible information to share with you. And as usual, I learned a lot, and nothing has changed from this show tonight as usual. I want you to give us a thumbs up if you haven't had a chance to do so. Subscribe if you hadn't had a chance to do so. Give us a thumbs up, hit the like button, and share this video. Lots of people need to have this valuable information, and inspirational information about how a young couple who were doing extremely well, but decided to find a mission and create a business and bring value to the community and also value to the world, because products like this are sorely needed in our environment. Many individuals, I see patients coming in with cancer and heart disease and various autoimmune diseases, and most of the time, or frequently, you have no diagnosis. We have no reason as to why they are coming in with these ailments, and many of them are exercising, eating healthy, etc. And oftentimes, I look at their environment, and so as we start to pay attention to our environment, it's very products like this and very creative people like Tannen. So I think is really important to our environment, to our health environment, and to the medical community. So I think as we move forward, we're going to find the next major health benefits will not be in some invention of some magical drug or some magical vaccine. It's going to be the common and collective efforts of people who are just simply cleaning up our food, cleaning up our cleaning products, and cleaning up other things that affect our environment, so that our bodies aren't bombarded with chemicals that tend to break us down and impede our health. So I want to thank you for joining us tonight. Again, share this with as many people as you can. This message really needs to get out to the community so that we can all be educated collectively. Until next time, keep it fresh, natural, and live.